Hello. So last time we discussed about our course, right? And this part we are going to discuss about algorithms. So what is an algorithm? So you can tell like an algorithm is a way or the process of doing something, generally solving a problem using computers. In real life also we face problems in everyday's life, and we solve those problems by following some process, right? Uh, by doing something step by step. So that step by step process is nothing but algorithm, uh, in terms of computer science terminology. Okay, so let us see some real life example of algorithm, so that you can get a clear idea. So anything, any process, you can tell it is an algorithm. Okay, suppose we have a problem of crossing the road, so we want to cross the road. So how we'll do that? So what we generally do when we try to cross the road, so we look at right, and if there is any car that is coming from right, we wait for the car to cross us, right? And then we look at the left, and if any car is coming from the left, we wait for the car to cross. So we do this several times, and once we are confirmed that there are no cars coming from both the sides towards us, then we cross the road, right? So this is an algorithm, this is a process of crossing the road, right? Similarly, one example, familiar example, can be cooking of Maggie, right? Maggie is one food that everybody have eaten, I believe. Okay, so how do we cook Maggie, right? So for cooking Maggie, we have to take water in a pan and boil that water. Then we need to pour the Maggie in and spice into the boiling water and stir the noodles slowly. Then we steam the Maggie for 2 minutes and stir occasionally. And finally, we give some add-on like cheese and serve the Maggie noodles to the people. So this is the process of making Maggie, right? So this process is basically, you can call in terms of computer science terminology as algorithm for cooking Maggie. Okay, so everything we do, the process, there is a process behind that, right? So that process is basically called algorithm. Okay, so the way or process of doing something is basically called algorithm in computer science terminology. So you have done program in your courses, right? In C, in Python. So there is a difference between algorithm and program, and what are they? So if we draw an analogy, it is like what we think and what we speak out, right? At this moment, I am speaking to you, right? So whatever I am speaking, back in the mind, I am thinking about that, right? So that is what the algorithm. You can draw that. I mean, that thinking is basically analogous to algorithm. Now, when I am speaking it out, I am implementing that algorithm. When I'm speaking it out, it is basically, you can tell that when I'm giving the words to my thought, it is basically converting the algorithm into a program. Okay, now whatever I am thinking, I can tell it in any language that I understand, that I know, and you understand, right? So I can tell it in Bengali, I can tell it in English, right? So that is the language and language part. So programming language is analogous to that language only. Okay, so whatever you are thinking is your algorithm. Whatever you are speaking, whatever words you are giving to your thoughts is basically your implementing the program, and in which language you are speaking is basically your programming language using which you are writing the program. Okay, so we can also give you an example. This would be a better one. So suppose you want to cook Maggie, right? And you don't know how to cook Maggie. So but your mother know. So you want to take help from her, right? So what you can do? So suppose you want to cook, right? And so what you will do, you will basically ask for her help, right, during cooking. So during cooking, your mother is instructing you the steps of making Maggie, and you are following her instruction and acting accordingly, right? So in that scenario, your mother is the programmer, right, who knows the algorithm of making Maggie, and then she speaks out the instruction to you, right? It means that she is basically implementing the algorithm into a program, which is basically equivalent to writing a program in computer. Okay, so when you are working as per her instruction, uh, that is analogous to the computer is working following the instruction you have written in the program. Okay, so you are the computer here, and and she can speak her instruction in a language that you are able to understand, right? I mean, suppose your mother know Hebrew but you don't know, so if he tells you that, if she tells you that the instruction of cooking Maggi in Hebrew, but you don't understand, you cannot make Maggi, right? So you have to, your mother have to tell you the instruction in a language that you can understand, right? So it may be any language like Bengali or English, whatever you understand, right? So these languages are similar to programming languages, okay, like C, Java, Python, whatever. So once your mother knows the recipe of making Maggi, she is able to tell you in any language that she knows and you understand. Okay. Similarly, once you are able to devise the algorithm for a problem, you can implement it using any programming languages that you know and the computer understand. Okay. Now, to understand any programming languages, the computer must have the respective compiler and interpreter. So that's the different issue. Okay, so this is the analogy between algorithms and programs. Okay, so now I have many times used the term process to define algorithm. Now what is the process? Process is nothing but a sequence of well defined finite steps. Okay, so this process has to be well defined and in finite steps. Now the question is, why well defined? Okay, now there is a story about a scientist. Uh, there was a scientist, and he had make a robot for him. Okay, he lived alone, so for his help, he had make a robot, and robot can works in on instruction that the scientist give it to that robot. Okay, now, one day, one fine morning, the scientist asked the robot to go to market and buy a newspaper for him. Now, as soon as the robot got the instruction, he leaves the home with a view to going to the market. Now, after several hours, the I mean, scientist found that robot has not returned yet, right? So she thought, I mean, the scientist thought that there might be some problem with the robot. So he then and there leaves his home to find out where the robot is, in which situation. So he go to the market and find out that the robot has bought a newspaper and stands there. So the scientist asks the robot, why you are standing over here? Why haven't you returned to home? Then the robot replied, you have asked me to go to the market and buy a newspaper for you. I have done that. You haven't asked me to return to home. Okay. So that's why, I mean, your process has to be a sequence of well-defined steps. Okay. That's why the well-defined term is very much important over here, because computer doesn't understand, or computer cannot do anything of its own. You have to give you the instruction precisely so that it can follow one by one to do the whole job uh, correctly. Okay, so now comes about we have now idea about the algorithms, right? So algorithm is the process, the thinking, the way of thinking that how we can solve this process step by step. Okay, now the thing is, how can we express the algorithm? Okay, there are several methods we can express our algorithms. First of all, we can express in our colloquial languages like English or Bengali or whatever language a human can understand. Okay, so you can express your algorithm in English, plain English. You can express your algorithm in code, right? You can write a program, C program or Python program, to express your algorithm. But there is another way which is called pseudocode, which is basically having the structure like code, but there is no hard and fast rule for following the coding structure. Like for in C, you have to end all the instruction with a semicolon, right? But in pseudocode, there is no hard and fast rule. Okay, the structure of the algorithm in pseudocode will look like a program, but it hasn't it will not have any hard and fast rule for that. Okay, there is another point that I have missed over here, and that was is you can also pictorially represent your algorithm, and that is called flowchart. Okay, so flowchart is also a pictorial representation of expressing your algorithm. So with this we come to an end of this part of algorithms. In the next part we are uh, going to discuss about design and analysis of algorithm. Okay.